Hello again, Colts fans, and we are back a week after, well, we had a little hiatus because I had to watch the dudes on the two bikes, the MotoGP, so that's all my fault. Don't blame Bob. Blame me because we didn't give you your podcast fix. While I was away, though, piece of cake, Colts won, no problem, never in doubt. You weren't worried, right, at the Metrodome last week?
Oh, yeah, when they had 3rd and 6 at the 24-yard line, and the dome was sounded a lot like the old dome here in Indianapolis, and it was 15-0. I thought to myself, Bob, they're dead. I thought I might as well start right now because they had no life, nothing was going on, and then boom, he hits that pass to Gonzalez, and everything changed after that. What
a call by Tom Moore. Now, Gonzo, you take a 58, now lateral back to Reggie.
Yeah.
Could be a play of the year.
That was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my entire life. And Gonzalez knows it. Reggie Wayne knows it. Yeah. Everybody knows it. That was a really dumb play, and not Deshaun Jackson dumb, but that was a silly play, and it could have negated a great play, a game-winning play. But they were fortunate that the ball landed in Reggie's midriff and just kind of stuck.
We use words like character and resilient and enduring as far as getting through and winning this game. I don't know, how much of a character builder was this for the team, or did this team just flat out take advantage of a situation that Minnesota gave them?
Well, no, I think they did show a lot of character, as you know, characters defined in football. I mean, they did show. I mean, it's like a little bit like the San Diego game, you know, when Manning threw all those interceptions. I mean, this is a tough veteran team, and I wasn't surprised, you know, that they made a game of it, but I didn't think they were going to win it. Not down 15-0 late in the third.
Without further delay, Bob, let's get to the news of the day. And everybody in Colts Nation is asking about Bob Sanders, and I guess we found out the wrong way last night on a TV show taping, Mr. Polian, that Bob Zilla is out maybe 4 to 6. I've said on my blog I don't believe any injury timetables anymore, but your take on what this means to the Colts and Bob Sanders being out 4 to 6 weeks.
Are we sure that he's out 4 to 6 weeks? Are we sure that he's actually hurt?
Are
we sure that he plays in Indianapolis?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to believe anything they tell you, but you know, I mean, that's a tough thing. And but the thing is, with Bob Sanders, I think they go into every season hoping they can get 12 games out of him. I think that body and the way he plays is built for 12 games. And if a couple of those games come in late December and January, that's fine. I mean, Bob Sanders is never going to give you a full season of health. It's just, it hasn't happened. It won't happen the way he plays. And, you know, it's up to Melvin Bullitt to step up. And he played very well towards the end of the last game in Minnesota. So, I mean, but you are missing one of the great defensive players in the league. And there's no getting around that.
Favorite time of year again, too. Jacksonville's coming to town, and I think we got to have the roof closed so Del Rio, Coach Jack Del Rio of the Jaguars, can accuse the Colts of piping in noise there. And I'm wondering what new and interesting allegations we can glean out of this renewal of AFC South rivals.
I can't imagine that Jacksonville is going to be as yappy as they usually are because they're coming in here 0-2.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've read some of the stories down in Jacksonville, and, you know, they're doing the whole, you know, stay the course, we do what we do, all that kind of stuff we heard with the Colts when they struggled. But really, Jacksonville's just got to go back to being who they've been, which is a running team, and that's a hard thing to do. As the Colts know, when you're missing your 3 interior offensive linemen, you know, it's just hard to run. And you know, you've got Adai, Rhodes, Stewart, and Jones-Drew, and none of them are averaging 3 yards a carry. So that tells you that this is going to be a punch-out, drag-out, low-scoring game.
And you take Bob Sanders out of the mix now, and the Colts are having trouble stopping the run anyway.
I'm picking Jacksonville. I'm just telling you now. I think Jacksonville's going to win this game.
Well,
I picked
Minnesota last week, and you didn't go along with me. I hold you personally responsible for that.
It wasn't my fault.
You should have gone along with it.
I was thinking about it, but I really thought they would win. I follow my heart.
You are picking Jacksonville, though.
I'm picking the Jaguars, yes.
They just need it that bad right now.
I think they're a desperate team. I think the Colts will have a miserable time trying to run, as has been the case. And I think, you know, I think this is one of those games where special teams might rear its ugly head.
Bob, let's look at the NFL here. It's only 2 weeks in, but there are a few teams that surprised me at 2-0, and then there's maybe more surprises at 0-2. What do you see in there?
Well, I'm surprised whenever the Arizona Cardinals are 2-0.
Oh, my God, I forgot about
that. I mean, they have not been 2-0 since it's been 17 years since the Arizona Cardinals, the juggernaut, the team I picked to go to the playoffs every year since 1962, that they have been 2-0. So that's a little surprising. And, you know, Buffalo and the way the Buffalo Bills have played the first 2 weeks against pretty good competition, they surprised me that they're 2-0. Trent Edwards is doing well. Who surprises you?
You know, to be honest, I mean, Tennessee always, I look at what they go through and Vince Young and all that, and I don't think they still have, I don't think they have a good receiving core, and yet they get Jacksonville first week, they win last week, they're 2-0, and once again, Jeff Fisher, I don't know, he's
pretty good.
He seems to get a lot out of what he has.
He does. I would agree with that. As far as the 0-2 teams,
San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego is obvious, but you know what? I think San Diego's going to pull out of this. I still think they're the cream of that division. Of course, all you have to worry about is the Denver Broncos.
Jay Cutler looks good.
Yeah, I think the Broncos are headed to a big fall because
really?
they still can't stop anybody.
That's true.
I mean, I'm surprised Mike Shanahan hasn't fired his defensive coordinator yet.
He just did what 2 years ago.
Oh, he does it every 15 minutes.
Okay, all
because
right.
It's not his fault; it's the defensive coordinator's fault.
That's true.
So they surprised me at 0-2.
You should have mentioned they got off easy last week
too. That was
Ed Hockley's a good ref, but
that was like the Tuck rule.
It was
just
Cutler,
a big
the ball
mistake.
flies out, and
you remind me a little Ed Hockley.
Okay, Bob, it's time for your final thought.
You know, I was watching the Monday night game with Deshaun Jackson, and Deshaun decides to drop the football at the half-yard line before he even goes into the end zone to start his touchdown dance. And it got me to thinking about one of the things that I really do like about this team right here is that you just don't have guys who do that. I mean, Marvin hands the ball to the referee. You know, Dallas Clark, thank God he doesn't dance. I mean, you know, Peyton's the same way. He'll flip it like, you know, Johnny Unitas used to flip it to the referee. So it just got me thinking again that they not only win, but they win without showboating, and that's kind of a nice thing in this day and age.
Thanks a lot, folks. We'll catch you later.